YouTube. I'm back again with another unboxing video. It's been quite a while, to be honest, but this one is quite special. You know what it is from the description, but I haven't actually seen what's in the box yet. And it's been a stressful few days because I ordered it, it was on its way, then they couldn't find my address, DHL, then they could find my address and tried again, and they couldn't find it again. So it's been backwards and forwards 4 times between a warehouse somewhere and before it finally arrived today and I could bring the box inside. And you are going to see what it looks like. So the really nice box has arrived. Let's start opening it and see what we get inside. So after peeling the outside, you get a box in a box. Carefully inspected. Be careful with it, basically. So I need to use 2 hands to lift it out of the box in a box. Well, I've got to be careful with this. I'm not quite sure how you get cancer from it. And it's this way up, and it comes from these guys. And I actually ordered it through a shop called Bax Music, which is a well-known shop in the Netherlands. And it has to be opened at that end. So I'm going to have to get something to just cut this tape. So the tape's cut, and let's have a look. Yeah, that's what I expected. A case in a box in a box. Now I'm going to have to use 2 hands to lift this out. That's a light on there. I'm not sure if the light will work on it. We know what's in there, don't we? So this is the case it arrives in. Looks really tidy. I'm a bit apprehensive, curious to know how this arrives, you know. A bit of cardboard on here. Because to me this is quite an expensive guitar to buy unseen, if you get what I mean. Never tried it in the shop, haven't heard many reviews about it, so let's open it all up and see what you get inside. There's one more catch on here, this side there. Now at the moment of truth, first time for me to see this as well. Well, first of all, Fender, what a brilliant inside. And then it's still wrapped in its kind of, body bag. I'm not quite sure what you call it, really. A very interesting looking guitar. Okay, I'm looking forward to this. So your first glimpse of the headstock. I know this is kind of a mix of the Kingman and the other guitar, if you get what I mean. The one that was, I think it was a Sears catalogue model. So the headstock is different, but I like it this way. You know, this is going back, a real mix of the two. Right, let's open it up further and see what it's like. So you can see it's wrapped in its, what kind of paper it is, to try and protect the strings a bit. I've noticed already there's some stuff in there. Stuff to do with electronics in here. It's quite light. We'll have a look in a second. I really like this color. It's white. It's kind of cream, so it looks like it's obviously replicating an old guitar without being an old guitar. Let's take it out and you can hear the thing. I love the case. Love the colour of the case. Brilliant. Well done, Fender. So this is a little bit weird. You know, I said there's something in the case. It's this, which has got paint on it, and that is sandpaper. So when it left the factory, it's sandpaper, which is a bit curious. And the other thing I noticed, by the way, is obviously we're going to need to plug the battery in. I'm going to have to investigate this because I know where the controls are for the electronics. They're just in there. But I don't know where there's like a holder for the battery in this thing. Does it focus on? Yeah, the Buck Owens. There we are, built by Fender, crafted in China. Nothing wrong with that. They make good stuff. And as you probably know, the top is solid wood, but also the back and sides are supposed to be solid wood. So I'm curious, really curious how this sounds in a moment. Let's investigate a little bit more. Maybe figure out where that battery is supposed to go to check the electronics. My first view of it, it looks in perfect condition. I don't see any marks or blemishes or scratches or whatever. A bit odd the sandpaper is in there, but we'll have a look. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you this thing as well. Let's see if I can balance the guitar up. An Allen key and a single key for the case. don't lose it. To be honest, I generally don't lock my guitar cases. And one silica bag, and that's it. No further documentation or instructions, but yeah, it's an acoustic guitar. What can go wrong? I'm going to tune it and see what it sounds like. Here we go. So before you get to hear the sounds, I thought I want to show you a couple of real close-ups to something I've noticed. Okay, so this is the sticker, and you can see I've got serial number 240097. I guess that's the year, and it's number 97 production. But if you scan up towards the base of the neck, you see that black thing there. That must be where you're supposed to put the battery, which is obviously this wire here. Yeah. Battery and that, and then in there is where I'm supposed to sort of fit it, which means you have to change your battery with very loose strings, I guess. Okay, I'm going to get out the case and let you hear the thing. I've got to admit, I tuned it. So let me hear you. Let me hear what it sounds like tuned. In the case, what I notice about it is, you can still hear it. It makes a nice sound. So you'll get to hear it now as well. Right, so this is guitar tuned, and it's still got its sticker on here, you know, on the scratch plate. There's a chance I might be sending it back because I'm not satisfied, but wait till you hear it. I'm impressed with this guitar. I've got to admit, this is like my first guitar where it's all solid wood, which it took me a while to get that far, but I knew the top solid wood, but also the back and sides are solid wood. It's a nice light acoustic guitar. I still haven't got the battery connected, by the way. It's still floating around in there, so excuse that. But you want to hear what it sounds like? Here's a nice G chord. And it rings. I'm not sure how the phone's picking it up, but it's a very nice, to me, ringing sound with a... nice low end. So I'll just play some stuff, who knows. So my impression right now, okay, it's not been plugged in, I haven't tried to plug it in, but my impression now, it's a very inspiring guitar to me. It's a very nice sound, it plays nice and light, the action feels good to me. I'm not used to really low action on acoustics. It's not super low, but it's comfortable like this. I haven't even looked adjusting the neck or the truss rod at all. It seems very nicely playable like this. What I have noticed is the tuning machine heads. They look traditional, old-fashioned. They're not as smooth as some more modern stuff I've tried. So I was a bit surprised by that, to be honest. I was expecting really high quality tuning pegs. It's not a cheap guitar, in my opinion. I realise it's not like the thousands of a Martin or whatever, but it's still not a cheap guitar, but I do like it. Obviously, it looks fantastic. I was told by my son immediately when he saw it, it's a Dutch flag, because I live in the Netherlands. Well, it is the Dutch flag, but it's also the Buck Owens scheme, and that's the difference. I know, like, if you want to know more about Buck Owens and the whole thing about the guitar, there's loads of stuff on the internet. Ask Zach has got a fantastic video on the history of the Sears, the catalogue guitar, which is kind of like this, but not like this. You know, the headstock is very different. I like this model. Oh yeah, you know, it's a headstock is a straight, you know, straight in line, if you get what I mean. But it is angled back, as you can see, probably to give a more better sound than as an acoustic. These are the strings that came on it from the factory. No idea what make they are. It had been tuned, but obviously obviously I'd noticed it had been loosened a lot for transport. So all the strings were loose. Some might move a bit now because I think they're reasonably new. I don't feel any fret ends on here. It's reasonably nicely done. What I do feel is the frets aren't highly polished. Playing it will get them polished enough. I'm not going to spend any trouble with that. Yeah, it's a very nice guitar. I'm going to get the battery in it and let you hear it plug in as well. Oh yeah, you've got to get that one. You know that one. It had to come out of it anyway. I'm happy with the guitar. I hope you like it. Ask any questions, put some comments in the video if you like. I'm going to try and get the battery put in there. I have to loosen the strings, get the battery in place, and let you hear it through a clean amp. And not through a PA, but just put into my some kind of Fender clean amp to get an idea what it sounds like plugged in. Well done, Fender. You've done a good job with this. Yeah, the way I saw it, by the way, I saw it from on Facebook. A guy had seen or bought already the electric, you know, the Telecaster version of this release of these special Buck Owens limited edition, apparently, guitars. And I thought that looked cool. You know, I'd seen those. I'd seen they'd been released earlier, and he said it was a new release and he wasn't allowed to say anything about it till he bought the thing, got onto it really recently. So then I immediately looked at what are they making, and I saw this. And I thought, oh, if you can get those, because those, you know, the catalog ones in the States, I guess, are still available for crazy money. But here in Europe, you're not going to find them, or if you find them, they're even more crazy money. So when this came out, and it was a limited edition, I heard there's not going to be many of them around. So I immediately went to some of the online shops and found one by Backs and ordered it straight away, because there won't be that many of these around. It's a bit of a weird guitar for most Dutch people, I think, to be honest. Not many people will want it, but I thought this is so cool. I love the way they've got the cream, so it's kind of oldish looking, but it isn't. It feels brand new. The quality of the sound is fantastic. Great little guitar, love it. And a good case, very nice the case. And let's plug it in and see what it sounds like as well. What you hear now is the guitar plugged into a Fender Deluxe Reverb Tone Master, so the digital equivalent, pretty clean, low volume with quite a lot of reverb, which sounds nice. Yeah, here goes. What I noticed in installing the battery, you know, I showed you in another bit, there's a kind of a little bag stuck at the base of the neck, on the inside. So to reach that, you need to undo the strings quite a lot to get your hand inside and fit the battery in place. There's no indicator on here at all to show how full or empty your battery is. So my tip going live would be take a spare battery. And you've got the two controls in here, which you can adjust. The back one is the volume, and the front one, I've got to look up in the manual. I think it's tone control, because I've understood there are two different pickups in here, under the saddle, a piezo, but also something under the bridge, I don't know, picking up the vibrations a different way. Whatever that is, something high-tech Fender. But to give you an idea, the back one's just volume, but the front one, let me show you, does this. So all the way off on the front one, and then all the way on-ish with the front one. Could just be simply a tone control. I might look it up and add it to the description of the video so I'm going to figure out. But to be honest, roughly in the middle, it's bright enough for me. And my first impression with this thing, I'm going to have to record some proper songs on it. My first impression with this, it's a very nice guitar, isn't it? Well, I think it is anyway, and that's the most important thing. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. I'll be taking it out to shows and having fun. I like the paint job. I love the way they've done, they've gone the whole hand, let me get the headstock properly on there. There you go. To get the whole idea. I think they've done a fantastic, the end of the headstock, got to be careful of the bounce, and I think, the way the paint really does a nice job of the paint job on them. So well done, Fender. You've got a really nice instrument here that you've built. I'm going to thoroughly enjoy this. Have a great day, everybody. See you soon. Great job, Fender. Love it. Bye, everyone.